So have you guys watched that interview with Oprah and Prince Harry?
Nope.
I haven't yet. Can I give an unpopular take?
Oh, God.
Sure, go ahead.
If you're not gonna name drop, I think you should probably just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and that's probably kind of true. Especially like the way he's like, it definitely wasn't the queen.
Yeah, it wasn't the queen. It wasn't, you know, that. And it's like, okay, well, like, what if it's like a cousin of a cousin of a cousin of like some like distant royal?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I don't know. I reckon it might be Kate Middleton, you know. I don't know why, but
yeah.
I feel like she might be like one of those, you know, those girls that are like, you know, sweeter than sweet in public, but then can be a bitch behind closed doors. You know, like Regina George and Mean Girls.
Trying to get on Scuff podcast.
You going on Scuff?
But it, like legit, it could be any of them. I wouldn't be surprised if all of them think like that.
I wouldn't have been surprised if it was the queen, to be honest. Well, it'd be pretty dumb or something like that. But she's like 100 years old, right? So she's probably,
Yeah.
I imagine she's probably pretty racist. Just by being that old, she has to be, right?
Yeah, I mean, like Prince Philip, her husband, is like notoriously says racist shit all the time. So I'm pretty surprised that it's not him actually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the whole thing's stupid. I just. It's just
Well, I mean, it's pretty fucked up. I also, listen, I just want to say, because I understand this, okay, so much better now. Listen, Europeans are not allowed to roast Americans about being racist, all right? Because you guys are crazy.
Really?
Yeah, guys, okay? First of all,
Nah. Go on.
okay,
what?
half
Go
your
on.
countries only have like different shades of white people, okay? Number one, outside of like a few cities, okay? So number one, all right? Number two, I'm not gonna lie, looking at this girl, or maybe I should find another picture. I thought she was just white, okay? I don't even know if she's dark
You mean
enough
the
to be,
Meghan Markle?
yeah, to be racist in America. Is she? Let me find another picture. Maybe I've just seen bad pictures of her.
I mean, she's far too black to be in the royal family, though, mate.
What,
That's
what's
the rest of them.
spell her name again?
Meghan Markle or Merkel?
Meghan Markle. Okay.
I think it's Markle.
Yeah, if this chick, I'm pretty sure Melina is darker than this girl when she's tan. Like, I don't know, man. You guys are crazy. This is like this is like when it's too dark.
Yeah, I mean, she's not exactly like, I don't know. You wouldn't call her black, at least I wouldn't.
Who?
The fucking Meghan Markle, the
She's black.
Duchess of Sussex.
This is the girl, by the way, that is like too dark skinned or whatever for, I guess, some members of the royal family. Yeah, I don't know, dude. That's crazy to me. Okay. Light skin. Okay, it kind of sounds like a classic
Sounds
character
like
in
that
Fallout
one.
3, but yeah, okay.
But like Prince Harry is like so white. I mean, look at him.
Yeah, I guess,
Like,
but
palest motherfucker ever. Ginger hair. She's like far too good looking for him as well. This whole thing is just.
No, she's not. He's a good
What?
looking guy.
what are you talking
Oh,
about?
right, mate. No, I didn't realize you were so taken by him.
Well, you're saying that she's far too good looking for him. He's a good looking
He's
guy.
a decent looking guy.
She's
Yeah.
lucky to have him.
He's also, I don't know if you forgot, okay, he's a goddamn royal person, all right?
I know, yeah.
Which probably helps his reputation a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Fucking 10.
Eligible
You know what?
bachelor.
For a dude, he's probably like a 9, 10 too. Sorry.
No, really?
I'm not gay, but
Wait, 9 or 10?
if
Wait,
I was?
what?
he's like a good looking guy. What's like a 10 dude for you? I don't know. I don't have a
All of the
They're
Game
not
of
Steve, he's
Thrones
just gonna
guys.
say-
Okay.
He's just gonna say Hassan.
who.
No. Nice try. All of them. The guy that plays Robb Stark, the guy that plays Jon Snow, the guy that plays Jaime Lannister. These are 9s and 10s, okay? Bradley Cooper is a 9 or 10, yes.
Robb Stark? No.
What do you mean no?
I don't think he's.
Nah,
I don't
not
think
Robb
he's
Stark.
like a good looking
I could
guy.
I'll give you Jon Snow or
You guys are just
I'll give you.
Lannister.
I'll give you Jaime Lannister.
Oh my god. Dog shit opinion time. Okay.
yeah.
Well, you're probably talking to 2 straight dudes. So
Probably.
Would you consider yourself like super straight, man?
I would not use the word. I would not use the term super straight now.
Oh, but you would consider yourself that way.
I would consider myself straight, but I'm not. I'm definitely not.
How can you be so sure that you're not super straight, man?
Yeah, man.
You know what super straight is, Nick?
No, explain it to me. I don't know. I didn't know there was.
Super straight's like a new thing where it's like dudes who won't date trans people or whatever, and they're like considered like super straight.
Right.
Steve's trying to do some meme on me.
So you're saying that.
Careful.
Yeah. Very careful.
You might cancel yourself with this one.
Remember, we use
I'm just
American.
asking you a question.
Council culture is determined by American values, not Bongar values. So you got to watch what you say on here. Right?
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I actually quite like the fact that they're kind of internally destroying the royal family.
Do you think the royal family will ever be like gone?
I don't know. I think if it's gonna happen, it might happen when Elizabeth dies. Mm-hmm. Just because.
So much.
I don't know. I can't remember who I was speaking to, but they were saying that the last time there was real negative opinion about the royal family was when the last king died. So whenever there's like a succession, there's like a build-up of anti-royal sentiment in the country, and it kind of makes sense because I was thinking about Queen Elizabeth is so old. Pretty much everyone in the entire world has lived their entire lives with Queen Elizabeth being the Queen of England.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So it's like going to be such a when she's gone, I don't know. I feel like a lot of legitimacy maybe goes away just in people's minds.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, anyway. Maybe we can join the United States. It's the 51st
I wonder.
state.
Yeah. Are you guys able to get rid of the family, or do you need to do some crazy constitutional stuff? Like,
Yeah, probably.
I could be wrong, but doesn't your parliament technically draw its power from the crown, like through?
Yes.
Yeah. So like, I think it might require you guys having to formally rewrite some chunk of your.
Well, we don't have a constitution like the US, so there won't be a rewriting of any documents. It would just
Yeah, maybe not a constitution, but at least like some new laws or something would have to be passed,
Yeah.
or whatever, right?
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, if there was sentiment to get rid of the royals, it could be done, right? It would be passed.
Yeah, but the
can't
problem
imagine
is
the
never
Conservatives doing it.
problem is never like you want to change something. The problem, if there was going to be a problem, it's going to come down to like how in actuality will it be changed, right?
What you mean, like how would the bill be written?
Yeah, like for instance, like Brexit was popular by 51% or whatever, but when it came to figure out exactly how to do it, there was massive disagreement, right? So I don't know, like the.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like Brexit maybe is a little bit more complicated than abolishing the monarchy, just because there's another side to Brexit, right? There's the European Union to negotiate with, so it was never clear.
I just don't know how much of your like system or your empire or any of that shit is like contingent upon the royal family. I don't know like how baked in that is to everything. It might just be nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It probably is more complicated than just like passing one law, but I think if there was will to do it, it could be done. It would be pretty sweet. I wonder what they do with Buckingham Palace. Just open it up to the public.
Making a
Does
museum or
it
something.
matter? Like having like the queen, like the royal family, does it like matter in your guys' day to day at all?
No.
Well, there's the red dudes that'll shoot you if you get too close to them. But
Well, I'm just curious, like why it matters, like to get them out of there. I don't know.
Because it's kind of hard to put into words, but like there's legit like Fran's mom genuinely feels like the royals are above her, like better people. Like if you were to meet the queen, you'd be expected to bow and only speak when spoken to, and that's kind of bullshit. Like what gives these people the right to?
You sounded pretty American there. Calm down.
Well, I mean, listen, America's got a lot of problems, but I think they might have got this one right.
I guess it is really weird to consider subjecting yourself to royalty when you have a democracy. It seems like a weird thing.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And this shit I was talking about the other day about the Queen's consent and her being able to like
Sneak in
change
parts
laws
of
to get passed. Yeah, it's just really fucked up. Yeah, well.
Oh, something I learned from Melina that I didn't know. Did you know Sweden has a monarchy?
Yeah, I did know that.
I
But
had no fucking
they're
idea.
far more just a figurehead than the
Yeah.
UK, I think. There's quite a few
weird.
countries in Europe that still have a monarchy.
Yeah, and I kinda
Belgium
wonder.
does, Netherlands do. Spain does. Probably more than
Wait,
that as
Spain's does really?
well. Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Hang on.
I'm not saying that like I believe you're right. I just had no idea. But I don't know a lot about Europe, so
Yeah, they do.
fucking weird.
Yeah, but when that fight broke out, he was ready for it with his trusty katana.
I actually carry this because I've become a little bit more dangerous without it than with it. So it's more of a restraint mechanism than a safety blanket.
The fight had been going on for about 20 minutes. It was 2-on-1. None of them saw Cairo Seijiro move around behind them.
To them, they probably thought I was just moving out of the way, but I was actually setting up to where their blind spot was. If he had gone on me, I was planning to go in completely, drop the sword down, and then completely cut him, completely gave him open. The sad truth is that they weren't even a challenge. I already had a full 5-stage plan ready to take everyone out. And anybody else who got involved, just in case. That's just the way I do things. This is about what you saw on the train. It's folded, tempered, and it does its job. My family couldn't handle me. I had a surprisingly strange affinity for sharp objects, particularly kitchen knives, when I was a kid.
So he traded in the knives for a lifetime of studying the sword. The katana goes with him everywhere.
Sounding remember, I think this guy died in a kayaking accident with a 16-year-old girl. The latest victim is Kenneth Anthony Jacinto, 30, of Clear Lake. Lake County Sheriff's Lieutenant Steve Brooks reported the cause of death pending autopsy. He was kayaking near Austin Park with a 16-year-old girl when their boat overturned, dumping them into the water. They were on their way to an island to practice using a sword. I'm sorry, it's not funny. When rough waves turned the kayak sideways, then knocked it over. A samurai-type sword was found strapped to the kayak when it was recovered. Do you think that maybe he's out there somewhere, still practicing?
So I'll introduce myself real quick. My name is Jolah. So my focus here on the YouTubes and on somewhat Twitch is pragmatic progressive politics and messaging for rural America. A lot of lefties, I think, see rural America as just like another big farm in between all the cities in this country. For example, I live in Pennsylvania, the same state as Redacted. He does not live in Pennsylvania. I refuse to believe that. So yeah, I want to talk about that a little bit. I'm currently a public policy student. So I talk about public policy and communications. By the way, on that J. Cole thing, the reason Fantano is so petty about that is because his fans for a long time have said to him, like, oh, J. Cole is so woke. So like J. Cole is supposed to be the super woke rapper, and he's just being petty. Honestly, I think the song's pretty decent. I agree with you mostly.
Okay.
So I saw you talking in a video a little bit ago. You were reviewing like a Simpson cultural piece, and you brought up how
Cuck Philosophy did a video review basically on the Simpsons and how counterculture is integrated into culture. Yeah.
And you brought up how like small communities, the reason they don't like the government isn't because of like some corporate propaganda. It's because they had like a normal way of life, and they saw the government as a force that came in and kind of ruined everything, right?
Yeah, kind of. Or that especially like kind of local communities have this feeling of being a local community, and having some far-reaching federal body from Washington coming in and directing you to do things is just a really bad feeling. It's just not how they see ideally those communities being run.
Yeah, definitely. So one big issue in Pennsylvania that I see is 90% of firefighters in Pennsylvania. I mean, their job is to literally run into burning buildings. 90% of firefighters are volunteer. The only professional firefighters you'll find in bigger cities like Pittsburgh or Philadelphia, places where they really need to pay firefighters because they need people who are really, really good at their jobs. So one thing I had a sort of a plan for, I know you're not for a federal jobs guarantee, right?
Not like a broad reaching one. I'm not opposed to like federal jobs, but go ahead.
Yeah, so the way I see it is we need to provide a function for local communities to do like programs that are for infrastructure and also for things like perhaps paying firefighters. But if I bring up a policy like this to firefighters who don't make money from these rural areas, they'll say no. I don't want to have a government job. I don't want the government to come in and take away this private volunteer fire company's right to do whatever we want and to run our business. So although
wait.
people, yeah, sure.
Hold on real quick, just so I can understand. When we say we have volunteer firefighters, those firefighters are still paid.
No, they don't get paid. They have like incentives. So it'll be like benefits. For like younger people, they might do like, here's a scholarship eventually.
Wait, really?
Yeah, sure. So Pennsylvania, if you Google it, 90% of firefighters in Pennsylvania are volunteer. There are some incentives, But right now we're seeing a huge decline in firefighters. I think the numbers over the past 30 years was like 300,000, like in like 1990 or 1980. Now it's only at 30,000. They're having a huge issue recruiting new younger people to come be firefighters. So, you know, although this is a big issue and they're volunteer, they don't want to get paid. Like, for example, I said to a few of them that I know, like, do you want to make $15 an hour being a firefighter? And they said, well, it depends what's going to happen to our local department. So one idea to do this at the state level is to provide a budget-neutral mechanism to give these fire companies grants and loans. So, for example, many local communities need to fundraise in order to give their local fire departments like 0% interest loans if they're buying a new truck or a new big tool. So that's one function that we could do at the state level to help firefighters. It's one interesting solution. But in general, these people don't want the government to come in and tell them what to do.
Yeah, I don't think I disagree, yeah.
And I talk a lot to progressives who don't want to take this strategy. They'd rather talk about it like it's a big national scene at the big, like, systemic level. One big thing we need to do is start at the bottom. Start at the community level for literally everything. Don't be a person coming into local politics. And I know you talk a lot about political power. Don't be that person coming into local politics saying, like, rich people are evil, the establishment is going to come ruin us, we need to tear them down. Be somebody who's going to come in and be willing to actually help build, who's going to be fixing small issues around your communities. So, for example, there was a big issue with snow removal. In the Northeast, snow removal is a big thing. This one town in Pennsylvania used to contract out to a private company to do snow removal, and that would cost $10,000 per snowstorm. Now they do it at the city level, and they saved, I think, $9,000. So that's something really based that they can be doing without, like, overreaching or anything. So that's pretty great. Another big issue in Pennsylvania and all across the country. Have you heard of issues with, like, private cyber charter schools at all?
I know, like, what private schools are. I'm not 100% with anything but a private school and a charter school or whatever it is. Are they essentially the same thing?
Yeah, so what this is essentially is, like, if a student is going to a public school in Pennsylvania and they want to go on to cyber school, so the only option at a lot of different high schools in Pennsylvania is to go to, like, a private company. These private companies, the local school districts can't really make sure they're doing a good job. There's no accountability, and they cost a lot of money. It's a lot of strain to these local areas' budgets. So one thing I actually proposed to my local school district, and I recommend everybody who has this issue, because it's pretty widespread across the U.S., especially during COVID, because schools are having the capabilities to do more cyber programs. Get your local high school or whatever to start doing their own internal cyber school program. Instead of sending these kids who don't want to go to in-person class to a private company, come and do it at the community level. So say, hey, why are we spending money? Why are we spending more money and paying this company that we can't even hold accountable? Why are we paying more money to do something we can do in our community cheaper? So that's a big basis of a lot of these things.
Okay. For your YouTube stuff, or when you talk about this stuff, do you normally just focus on issues that are local to you, or do you do, like, a general local awareness kind of thing?
Yeah, so my big thing, I feel like I think you would agree with this, that, like, 99.9% of, like, lefty content creators tend to be from, like, Washington, California, like, deep blue states, and they only have, like, an urban understanding of these issues. So that's a big issue you talk about a lot. So I've mainly focused on how we can sell these policies at a more community-driven rural level. For example, like, right now we have an important Senate race coming up. Pat Toomey isn't running again. So this is going to be a big seat in Pennsylvania. It's going to decide a lot for the Senate. So my candidate of choice is the current Lieutenant Governor, John Fetterman. And this guy is like a 6'8", burly, he looks like a white working class man. And the way he delivers his policies, although he does have, like, a Bernie Sanders platform, he delivers it in a really blunt way. Like, we are going to do this as a community. We are going to build this up. We are going to help people. If you don't support these policies, then if you want somebody to work, for example, for the minimum wage, his messaging is really clear on it. If you want somebody to toil for a week and only make $7.25 an hour, don't vote for me. It's really just blunt and to the point. And he's more moderate on issues like fracking, which is big in Pennsylvania, not only because there's a lot of environmentalists that want to get rid of it, but heating in the Northeast is a big issue. We need to make sure people can heat their homes. So we're talking about federal minimum wage. We're talking about all these things to get people more money, but we're not really talking about the costs of what we want to do, not only from the government, but also out of individual people's paychecks. So as we transition away from fossil fuels, not only is that going to it's going to help our environmentalists be happy in our environment, but a lot of people are going to be energy poor and driven into poverty as a result. So talking about issues like this, you really need to have an understanding of how these policies are really fundamentally built, and you can't virtue signal too much to these people. It's not really a position you can LARP in.
Yeah, because people want to see actual stuff happening, not like just platitudes, I'm guessing.
Yeah, sure. And every topic we talk, and by the way, I hate the left messaging on guns. I wanted your opinion on this. So Joe Biden's 3 things on guns were he wants to hold manufacturers accountable, he wants to ban assault weapons, and he wants to expand background checks. Do you think tying like an assault weapons ban and holding manufacturers accountable holds us back from achieving meaningful legislation on like background checks?
Yeah, I don't know what holding manufacturer. When I hear that, I hear ban. I hear gun ban. I hear complete gun ban in the United States. Anytime somebody says that, holding gun manufacturers accountable, I don't know why that's such a big talking point for people on the left. It seems to be like a really, really, really dumb push or focus.
Yeah, and I mean, most Americans agree with like expanded background checks. But when the line of thinking is Democrats want to take your guns, and you literally come up to them and say, yes, I do want to take your guns, and you show these people who are gun owners and understand guns, the classifications of weapons that are banned, these gun owners know this is kind of dumb. They are banning, and they have this issue in like Canada too, they are banning like the scary looking ones when our issues are with like handguns, for example. Yeah, that's the main driver of gun violence. But, I think that's one thing that holds people back in rural areas, delivering these messages. Listen to gun owners. If you don't know about guns, if you don't have any idea how guns work or how to classify them or what the cause of gun violence is, don't talk about it. You're making people who are trying to sell, gun safety from your side just look worse in general.
Yeah, it's always one of that. I always said that like guns are just an issue that I think Democrats should just like leave alone. That's just not worth it.
Oh yeah, dude, 100%. Like out of my list of important topics to get things done, I have 500 other things we can do that'll decrease gun violence, just through like socioeconomics and stuff like that.
Yeah, like the war on drugs, I think is a way better focus.
Yeah, and the opioid epidemic is big in central Pennsylvania and also in places like New Hampshire and West Virginia, these rural areas as well. Connecting to that sensibility really works. And selling universal healthcare as a community-driven thing, instead of a big government coming down thing, works a lot better as well. So basically any issue, my advice to progressives is if you're talking to somebody who's from a rural area, don't attack them on their current beliefs. These people are very, they're very strong in their convictions. They believe in a community model. They don't want the government to come and do things for them. So everything we talk about, whether it's healthcare, whether it's, guns, whether it's, like I said before, solving the charter school situation or paying firefighters. Attack it from the community level. Attack it from the bottom up. Attack it from their reality, and say this is how we can build off of our community to provide stuff for ourselves. Why are we paying companies like insurance companies money that doesn't go into healthcare? Why are we letting them take profits off of this? Every dollar our community puts into healthcare, I think every dollar of that should go to healthcare, instead of saying like broad terms like we need universal government controlled healthcare and stuff like that. Focus on the community level, no matter what you do exactly.
Okay.
In general, if you want to push for ideal policies, that's good. That's fine. That's what Bernie Sanders does a lot. Do it. Push for ideal policies, but also know how to act pragmatically on your way there.
Yeah, especially at smaller levels. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like you were noting this before. Bernie pushing for the $15 an hour minimum wage may be a key reason on why the minimum wage might end up being like $11 or $12. Him pushing for that ideal position might be for that. And that's one of the reasons I support Medicare for All hardcore, although I think I don't think we're ever going to get Medicare for All as a policy in the U.S., no matter how popular it gets. But I do think Medicare for All is going to be the thing that leads us to a system like the multi-payer system in like Australia, where it's still a universal model, but you can have multiple layers to the system, and still everybody can be guaranteed care. The same on the Green New Deal, the same on all that. A lot of people my age, I'm only 21. A lot of people my age tend to get lost in this like idealistic sense of politics and how things should be, not how things can effectively get there. And that's a big focus of mine personally. And if anybody ever wants to chat about this, I have a lot of people calling in from rural areas that want to discuss these topics because they don't see it represented on these spaces. Like, for example, talking about systemic racism. The use of the word white privilege is very defeating. And any academic term is typically bad to bring up to these people. You don't go up to somebody who doesn't understand math and bring them complex equations right off the bat. You don't go and accuse a white person of white privilege because, the system you see as racist. And I got a lot of eyeballs because of this in my college classrooms. But I think it's more important that we get these ideas across. If these white working class people can't even see how they are affected by the systems around them, they're not ever going to see how someone who is black is affected by something like systemic racism.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, and basically that's all I had to talk about.
I love you.
Thanks for having me on. Anybody that wants to find me, you can find me on YouTube at JOLAH and also on Twitch at JOLAH Games. Have a good rest of your night, bud.
Yeah, thanks for the shot. Have fun, be careful. Read the tweet like this looks like I don't. Oh shit, there's people outside. I've avoided talking about any aspects of me and Jay's relationship over a year. I never spoke about it. I want to try addressing. He said things about me after a breakup. I'm talking about things he's going to try. Not once, but of course, did I tell him that if he broke up with me, I would kill myself? I'm an adult, another damage and pressure. Has anybody read this? Is it? When I started dating Jay, I got an IUD because he refused to use a condom. The first time we ever slept together, I told him I wasn't a virgin and he could not finish me. He did it anyways without my consent. It should have been the first red flag, but I was a stupid Overwatch League fan, excited about the fact that Sinatraa was very interested in me and looked past it. The IUD made it so sex was very painful for me. Jay knew this and didn't care. I would say it hurt and I wanted to stop and he'd say, no, I'm so close. As much as it hurt and lean. Holy shit. Wait, hold on. Man's a certified rapist, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is gone. It's all ogre. Goodbye. What was this guy's job? Overwatch/Valorant Pro? Valorant former pro. Okay. Guys, if people force you into sexual situations and shit, and you're not comfortable with it, or if they, or if people are forcing you to do stuff that like is like not like uncomfortable, but it's like actually hurting you, that should be like an immediate red flag. Like, I'm never talking to you again. Holy shit. That's like there are some forms of, in my opinion, there are some forms of boundary crosses where like if somebody does this one time, you just never, ever do anything with them ever again. And stuff like that is, yeah, holy shit. Don't ever tolerate stuff like this. This shit is crazy. But hold on. Let me caveat, okay? Let me caveat, all right? Now, maybe it's possible they were doing like a rape roleplay video recording and this is taken out of context, okay? Now, if that was the case, then the audio recording would be okay, but absent that, it's really fucked up, okay? I don't want to make another Fedmeister mistake, all right? Well, rip.
Hey, can I see the trophy?
Yeah. Oh, it's a little heavy. If you want it, you can pick it up.
Gosh, this is, oh my gosh.
That's like 40 pounds.
This is legit. This is the best trophy I've ever seen in my life. How cool is that to win this? How did it feel?
Basically, in a nutshell,
I think the most annoying thing about esports growing was the reaction from all the boomers who were like, wow, you guys go and watch people play a video game? And it's like, come on, dude, you weigh 400 fucking pounds and you watch people play football like all day. Come on. And then you talk about it and you listen to your dumbass radio programs and you even have fantasy esports teams, okay? Like, fuck off, all right? Don't sit here and act so surprised that people watch other people play games, okay? You're so stupid.
question, Destiny. Be honest, how bad is your acne from sitting in a computer chair all day long?
Ask your mom. 5 minutes ago. Grown-ass men that play video games. Ask yourself, when's the last time you've been laid?
$4.99.
Oh no.
Friendship with Dan has ended.
Yikes.
Stream is now my best friend.
That's his pinned tweet. Oh, the man's was getting his life together and everything. He was lifting big. Oh no. Where's NNN at? Look at him go. What a warrior. We got full parallel squats and everything. Oh my god. We've got stream merch. We've got fangirls. Oh, holy shit. Wait. Oh my god. We got vascularity out the ass. I'm never gonna let a girl say no to me again. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. It's in a video game. All right. Thoughts on Defron Street on Sinatraa? I mean, Defron is kind of right. There's a correct idea in there, but man, he said it in probably the worst way possible and was like way too aggressive for literally no reason. I don't understand. That tweet was really brain dead. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.
There we go. Is that cool? Is that good for you?